Hey everyone, Simon here, and we are back in Bioshock 2. Wow, what's this doing here? They updated the game not too long ago, and they released the Minerva's Den DLC for free. So we're gonna play that. Apparently it's kinda good. Downloadable content. Minerva's Den, there you go. Apparently it's pretty good for DLC, people say. I've kind of not played it yet. I've tried recording this a few times before, but it crashes a lot, or it did crash a lot previously. I'm hoping it won't. Let's just stick with easy because it's the first time I'm playing most of it. So I've played through like 30 minutes of it last time, just to make sure it doesn't crash anymore. And it doesn't seem to crash anymore. There was some kind of graphics issues with Windows 8.1 and all that. Anyway, so hopefully it works. So it's mostly a blind playthrough. I haven't played that much of it. Although so far, it doesn't seem to be as good as the main game in terms of the gameplay, and the maps not being as well designed for combat. I'm also playing this after I've recorded Bioshock Infinite, but I'll upload this before I upload Bioshock Infinite. So I might say things here that would kind of make more sense after you hear me explain Bioshock Infinite in terms of gameplay. So I'm in Minerva's Den, look, there it is.
Subject Sigma is approaching Minerva's den. He must not reach the finger. Detonate the tunnel!
Yes, explosions. Sometime later. Yes. So yeah, I feel like the DLC is not quite as polished as the main game of Bioshock 2. It's not bad, it's just not quite as good. But I'll explain more when we get into the gameplay, and I'll kind of talk about why I say that. Alright, so we're in the water, and we're underneath the girder. I've seen this like a dozen times already. Because, you know, I've been trying to play it and it just crashes every single time I get inside the building. So I'm not going to spend too much time out here, but we're in Rapture, as you can see. There's the tunnel. There's no sign as to just how long later it is since we got exploded in the tunnel. Alright, let's walk.
Hello? Mr. Sigma? Can you hear me? The name's Porter. Charles Milton Porter. Doc Tenenbaum tells me you're here to help us get the Thinker out of Rapture. It's not going to be easy, but nothing worth doing ever is. You should be able to get inside through an airlock.
Alright, so the game just tells you that Tenenbaum sent you to help Porter get rid of the Thinker. Like there's not too much pretense, right? They just kind of tell you what's going on. And so there's the tunnel, and there's Minerva's Den, I guess. Alright, let's just go straight in. There's not any loot in that direction, in case you're wondering. So often it would crash right here, sometimes a little bit further in with the first combat.
Minerva's Den has been cut off from the rest of Rapture for some time, but not cut off from splicing. Don't let your guard down. The den's gone dark, but if you can reset the local power relay, I'll be able to get the juice flowing from here.
Alright, reset the power relay. The game just tells you what to do. So, I don't know if it's... Maybe it's too early. Let me just keep playing. Listen.
Mr. Porter, let me be the first to congratulate you on the founding of Rapture Central Computing. The great chain only grows stronger with each pair of hands laid upon it. I trust that you and I will choose to pull Rapture in the same direction.
So, Yeah, so Rapture Central Computing, built with the blessing of Andrew Orion. You can see like cables and vaguely computer things and vacuum tubes and all that sort of stuff. Interesting, thematically consistent with the time period and the technology mostly. So the idea is kind of interesting, like a computer core for Rapture, although we didn't see anything of the sort, you know, in the main game. There weren't that many computers in the main game. Everything's broken though. The way computers are, I don't think they'll actually still function if there's that many broken parts. It's not like a mechanical machine where it will kind of half function a lot of the times, even if it's half broken. Airtight archives? Minerva's Den, Rapture's Technology Center, McClendon Robotics, Rapture Central Computing, Airtight Archives. So there's robots in the game. Our trains run on time when you run on time. Okay. And Atlantic Express, alright.
Hello there. Welcome to Minerva's Den, the home of Rapture's high technology.
Well, she's trying. She's trying real hard. But that's not that impressive. It's a robot. Kind of. Let me just grab all the loot and have a look around. Rapture Central Computing, the brains of Rapture. Look at that picture, that's amazing. Look at that guy. Except the brain of Rapture, but that's Rapture in his brain, so it's like the opposite. The picture is like the opposite of the tagline.
What steps into Minerva's Den? Porter's newest toy? He wants to tinker for himself. But you see, old friend, the machine has chosen me.
Alright, so there's Reed Wall. The machine's chosen him, apparently. In case you are wondering, that is a security bot firing rockets at that guy. And then there's a security bot electrocuting that guy. Beats Fontaine every time. 10,000 volts of security. Yeah, so there's slightly more. Okay, and the game crashed. I think it's only this part, or I think it's only early on that the game crashes a lot, so I'm gonna make use of the quick save a bit more liberally because the game crashes so much. Hopefully once we get past this early bit, it won't crash so much anymore. As I said, I managed to get like half an hour in the last time without any problems. There's a lot of splicers running at you. Are we done?
Reed Wall. He and I founded Rapture Central Computing together, but the greedy bastard pushed me out years ago. The splicers, the security. He pulls the strings in Minerva's Den now.
Alright, so the game is establishing Reed Wall as the enemy. Cole Porter as your friend. And splicers, as you might expect. So like, I don't know, like 4 splicers just running at you like that in a dark room. Not a huge fan of the enemies running towards you mechanic. It's not very clever. It's just, you know, they run at you and you beat them until they die. And this game is kind of like that. Oh, we have telekinesis. Yeah, of all the plasmids we can get, the game gives you telekinesis to start off with. Which is interesting because for people who like telekinesis, it's kind of overpowered. I personally don't really like using telekinesis, but maybe I should. Alright, so I'm gonna grab the laser cell and grab this ion laser.
Look at you, Sigma. You think that Porter is your ally, but the Thinker knows better. The Thinker knows.
Alright, well, good for him, he knows.
One are you?
Spider splices.
Self-opening doors to pneumatic delivery. Rapture Central.
The power is rerouted. That should tip things in our favor. Head up to my office in the executive wing. I've got something you'll need. Hurry now.
The telekinesis is not quite as overpowered as I would hope. So I chucked that body at the other guy and it took about a third health off one of these spider splices. It's not bad. It's not great though. I missed the blue at the end there, that sucks. Let's make sure we hack these so the splicers can't heal themselves. And I seem to be not quite as good at this when I'm recording.
What's the secret of Rapture Central Computing's success? The most advanced computing device in the world. The Thinker.
Alright, let's save.
Porter and I are partners, but he's wasting that machine. In off hours, I've been using it to predict the outcomes of baseball games, and it is incredibly accurate. Apply such equations to Rapture's markets. This thing is the money-making grail. But Porter, I have heard him feeding it recordings of his dead wife. The fool wants to turn the Thinker into a person. I could not imagine a sadder fate for such a perfect machine.
Perfect machine. Alright, well Porter wants to turn the Thinker into a sentient being. According to the story. But Revolves wants to use it to predict markets and make money, I think. Save liberally. And let us continue onwards. So there's Revolves. And then there's Cole Porter, who is traitor. Is there anything else we want to look at here? Not really. Airtight Archives is this way. Can't open that because we don't have Electrovolt. And then McClendon Robotics is here, but we can't get in because we don't have the remote hacking tool yet. But that's obvious that we have to backtrack at some point in the future, right? Alright. Eve Hyper, oh wait, camera. There's a camera here. The room is red, so you can't see the red light of the camera. Look at that. You know how usually you can see the light of the camera showing you where it's looking. You can't actually see it here. But we will hack that. And grab stuff. What is this? Security command? That will be kinda useful.
Trick the security system. Divert bots, turrets, and cameras to attack where you choose. Send friendly bots on errands.
Alright, so we're gonna use this to hack things, I think. So direct turrets away from us, and then hack them. Telekinesis, security, okay, security command. Let's see how well this works for us. So there's a bot there. I'm gonna security command that. It's still hitting me. It's still shooting at me. Doesn't that work? Can't you just throw it at a wall? Oops. Let's keep hacking. I'm not sure what happened there. I swear you're supposed to be able to do... Oh, that's Jin.
Mr. Ryan hired me to build a computer that could keep an entire city running on time. The Rapture Operational Data Interpreter Network. Folks call it the Thinker for short. We've harnessed the power of Adam even in this, allowing the mainframe to process data at the speed of thought. In other words, it thinks...
Oops.
Those vacuum bots sucked up all sorts of things before they went on the fritz. Crack one open, and you might find something you can use.
I just interrupted the diary. Let me listen to that.
Mr. Ryan hired me to build a computer that could keep an entire city running on time. The Rapture Operational Data Interpreter Network. Folks call it the Thinker for short. We've harnessed the power of Adam even in this, allowing the mainframe to process data at the speed of thought. In other words, it thinks for us. Yes. And with the completion of the independent reasoning processor, it may finally think for itself. If Turing could see me now.
So apparently they created a true AI using Adam. Not sure how that works, because Adam it modifies DNA, right? Not sure how that works. Anyway, let's have a look ahead at what we can get. We can have to hypnotize, insect swarm, winter blast, electro bolt 2, but there's no electro bolt 1. That's interesting. There's electro bolt 2, but not electro bolt 1. I guess we have to find electro bolt 1. That's right. And then telekinesis to cyclone trap, and then a lot of the standard stuff.